This channel, a systematic teaching, enables you to put an end to suffering and reincarnation. Please find the playlist of this series in the description. Mahayana Pure Land welcomes you. To Enlightenment 91. Amitabha's 48 Great Vows. Why can the light of Sukhavati shine throughout 10 directions? Let's join palms and read the text of the 42nd vow. When I become a Buddha, the Buddha land in which I dwell will be limitlessly vast, majestic, pure, and brilliant, glowing as a bright mirror. Its light will thoroughly illuminate immeasurably inconceivable Buddha worlds in 10 directions. Living beings who see this light will give rise to a rare mind. If it is not like this, I will not procure Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. 42nd vow. The light shines throughout 10 directions. Myriad things in Sukhavati are bright, pure, glittering, and translucent as mirrors. They all emit light, which shines on all subtle realms throughout 10 directions. The inconceivably measureless and numberless Buddha worlds in 10 directions are all under this light. None are left out. What light is this light? It is the light of self-nature. How can this light be everywhere? Since this light emits from self-nature, it can of course pervasively reach 10 directions of the cosmos. The sunlight, moonlight, or the electric light of our world cannot pervasively reach everywhere. They will be blocked by any object such as a wall or a floor. When these lights shine to a place far, the farther they shine, the weaker they will become. Conversely, the light of self-nature will not be blocked by anything. It equally, eternally, and pervasively shines everywhere. It will not be particularly bright at a near place or dimmer at a far distance, because in self-nature there is neither the notion of far near nor coming going. Neither far nor near, neither coming nor going, neither eternal nor ceasing. The light shines pervasively. This is the light of self-nature. All worlds are manifested by self-nature, so the inconceivably measureless and numberless Buddha lands in 10 directions, being not separate from self-nature, are all illuminated by this light. The sutra states, no dharma can be obtained when departing from self-nature. So think about it. What kind of realm is Sukhavati? It is entirely the realm manifested by self-nature. As the Avatamsaka Sutra describes, it is like a vast and consummate treasured mirror, in which infinite lands can all be seen. Mountains, rivers, and all forms of living beings such as hells, hungry ghosts, all manifest within. In the Infinite Life Sutra, Amitabha, coordinating with Shakyamuni Buddha, also gives us this manifestation. How to see Amitabha. In chapter 38, Venerable Ānanda implores Shakyamuni Buddha, saying that he now also wanted to see infinite, pure, and impartial enlightenment, which refers to Amitabha. Infinite, pure, impartial enlightenment is the name of Amitabha's virtues. It is also the title of this sutra. How can we see Amitabha? Shakyamuni Buddha teaches us to prostrate and worship Amitabha as well as recite his name. He said to Ānanda, facing the direction of the sunset, you respectfully prostrate and recite Namo Amitabha. So Venerable Ānanda demonstrated this to us. How would we see Amitabha? The method is respectfully and single-mindedly prostrating, worshipping, and reciting Amitabha, facing west. There are no second thoughts or intermixed thoughts in this single-mindedness. You, facing west, are single-mindedly longing to see Amitabha. Will it work if you face east or south? Yes, it will also work, because Sukhavati is intrinsically pervasive in 10 directions. Where does it not have Sukhavati? Does only the West have Sukhavati? Doesn't the East have it? If so, then it cannot be said, Sukhavati is pervasive in 10 directions, and this land is the Pure Land is this land. In fact, pointing to one direction is the Buddha's expediency to let all beings have a place for refuge. In reality, East, South, West, North, top, and bottom are all Sukhavati. But why does the Buddha emphasize the West direction? Because the Buddha knows that the spiritual capacity of all beings is inferior. Telling us one direction is to allow us to recite intently in one direction. If we cannot even recite intently in only one direction, we will concentrate even less with 10 directions. So this is the expediency of Buddha's speaking Dharma, emphasizing West to allow us to pay effort in this direction. When we can single-mindedly recite, prostrate, and seek to see Amitabha just like Venerable Ānanda did, then we will be able to see Amitabha manifest his transformation body. Venerable Ānanda showed us the way of seeing Amitabha right in the Dharma assembly at that time. A returning bodhisattva of 10th Bhumi. Venerable Ānanda is not an ordinary person. He is a returning bodhisattva of the 10th Bhumi. He manifested in this Dharma assembly as a stream enterer, Srota, which is like the first grade student of elementary school. Despite being a first grader, Ānanda was very clever, very wise. At this time, he requested to see Amitabha and acted immediately according to the instruction of Shakyamuni Buddha. Honestly, obediently, genuinely, Ānanda immediately stood up from his seat, prostrated towards the west, and said, "I now wish to see Amitabha of Sukhavati, making offerings and providing services to cultivate all sorts of good roots." As soon as he looked up, he saw the manifestation of Sukhavati. Amitabha in his lofty seat with formidable authority and virtues in his excellent appearance and radiance. Everyone saw this, not just Venerable Ānanda, but all 20,000 people in this Dharma assembly all saw this. When the Buddha light shone on them, they immediately exterminated defilement and gave rise to the mind of goodness. Their good roots grew due to their defilements being exterminated. What an immense merit the Buddha light is! The light as Kalpic flood pervades over the entire world. When this bright light was revealed, the light of the sun, the moon, the bodhisattvas, and the sravakas all receded. Only the Buddha light was seen. The sutra states, just like the Kalpic flood pervading over the entire world, which signifies that the Buddha light outshines the entire light of the world. This Buddha light is the disclosure of the light of self-nature. At that moment, the adornment of the direct reward and circumstantial reward of Sukhavati, the jeweled trees, lotus flowers, pond, palace, as well as the gathering of the supreme good people, are all seen by not only human but all sentient beings of the 6 paths who have connections to participate in that Dharma assembly. Even those animals and those small insects that fly, crawl, and wriggle all saw this inconceivable spectacular scene. All things in Sukhavati emit this kind of light. Once you see this light, you can exterminate defilement and give rise to goodness. When your karma is eliminated and the good root grows, what will happen? You will also love to seek Sukhavati rebirth. That's why you can attain the position of non-retrogression once you see the Buddha light. You can definitely bring forth the aspiration to seek rebirth. You will no longer regress. Look, what an immense merit the Buddha light is. Single-mindedness that is blessed by Amitabha. In the past, Master Huiren, the first patriarch of the Pure Land school, saw the scene of Sukhavati 3 times before his rebirth. He saw the land limitlessly vast, majestic, pure, and brilliant, glowing as a bright mirror. Its light thoroughly illuminates the inconceivably measureless and numberless Buddha worlds in 10 directions. Anyone who sees this scene will give rise to a rare mind of realizing how phenomenal and difficult to encounter the Pure Land method is. Once this rare mind arises, you will no longer be nostalgic for the Saha world, and you will surely give rise to a deep faith and imperative aspiration for Sukhavati rebirth. No matter how precious any treasure in this world is, you realize that it is nothing compared to the Sukhavati that you have just seen. All beings who see this light will immediately give rise to this kind of mind and no longer regress. When people seek Sukhavati rebirth by reciting Amitabha, at the moment of approaching death, Amitabha and the assembly of holy ones will manifest before them, emitting light to let them exterminate defilements and give rise to the mind of goodness. Accordingly, they will reach the level of single-mindedness on their recitation. The Amitabha Sutra, translated by Master Xuanzang, mentioned that Amitabha blesses you with great compassion in order to help you reach single-mindedness. This single-mindedness blessed by Buddha has no contradiction with the version translated by Master Kumarajiva, in which it states, "From 1 day to 7 days you recite with single-mindedness." This single-mindedness is also Amitabha's blessing. We must know that not only at the time of rebirth will we reach single-mindedness due to seeing Amitabha and receiving the blessing from his light, but even right now we will also give rise to this rare mind if we see the Buddha or receive the blessing from his light. Have you received the Buddha light yet? Thanks everyone for learning with us. Namo Amitabha.